everyone, we are currently standing on the main quadrangle. The main quad was built in 1892 and was designed by the architect Henry COBB in a neo-Gothic style that permeates throughout the rest of our beautiful campus. As you can see, we're standing on many acres of green space, and the quad was actually registered as a botanical garden by the American Public Garden Association. Throughout the school year, you'll see many students hanging out on the quad and also studying, since the entire quad is outfitted with both Wi-Fi and many outlets. In addition, student organizations will often have events and fundraisers on the quad, including tightrope walking, fencing competitions, frisbee tournaments, and many other activities. Also, the quad was featured in many popular films and was actually in the opening scene of When Harry Met Sally.
Welcome to HARPER Memorial Library. HARPER was opened in 1912, and I always like to think that the memorial part of the name refers both to our first president here at the university, William RENEE HARPER, and the fact that this is actually no longer a library. We moved most of our books from here over across the quad to the REGENSTEIN library when that opened in 1970. Nowadays, HARPER is home to a bunch of different offices, including the office of the Dean of Students, the Dean of the College, Studying Abroad, and the Academic Advising Department. I love studying in HARPER for its reading room located on the 3rd floor. It's usually open 24 hours a day, and it's a nice quiet study spot as well. Another reason I love it is because at 11:30 every night, someone from HARPER Cafe comes in and shouts two of the most beautiful words in the English language, free coffee! If you're not interested in free coffee though, you can head over to HARPER Tutors, where grad students, PhD students, and writing interns help you out on a variety of different subjects.
Hello everyone, welcome to COBB Hall. COBB Hall is the oldest building on campus at the University of Chicago. It was built in the year 1892, and at the time it was the most expensive building on campus, costing a whopping $100,000. Amazing. Today this building houses a lot of the classrooms for the core curriculum. These classrooms are small, the tables are arranged in a circle, and there's no podium or lecture, so the professors are sitting right at the table with the students. Classes are capped at 19 students, and there's a huge emphasis on class-based discussion. On the 3rd floor of this building, we have the Renaissance Society, which houses a number of exhibitions, programs, and publications which sort of express the ideas and expressions of our time, which is pretty cool. And a cute little story about this building. In the year 1892, which was the first year of classes, the night before the first day of class at the University of Chicago, all of the administrators, including the first president, William RENEE HARPER, they spent the entire night inside this building setting up tables and chairs, cleaning the chalkboards, and getting everything ready for the students. So this building has a lot of history and it's a really cool place to study.
Hi everyone, welcome to Max PALEVSKY Residential Commons. It's one of our 11 residential halls on campus. It was completed in 2001 and named after Max PALEVSKY, who is a philanthropist, political activist, entrepreneur, and art collector. Max PALEVSKY holds 700 students in its 3 different wings: East, Central, and West. These wings are connected by underground tunnels. 700 students seems like a lot, but it's actually divided into smaller communities of about 60 to 120 students. We call these communities houses. Each house has its own resident assistant, which is like a cool older brother, an upperclassman student who is there for your guidance. There's also RHs, which are resident heads, that's like your cool aunt or uncle, that are there for guidance from the adult perspective. Each house also has its own house kitchen and house lounge, as well as its own house culture, house traditions, and friendly house rivalries.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Joe and Rika MANSUETO Library. It's one of 6 libraries on campus. It's attached to the REGENSTEIN Library right there behind me. It was also recently featured in the film Divergent. I was actually sitting right there in the library when they were filming that. A lot of people look at this building and they wonder why exactly it's called a library, because if you look inside through the glass, all you will see are tables and chairs where students like to sit and study. But actually, this building extends stories underground, where the university has housed millions and millions of volumes of books, as well as all of the rare archives and collections. So if you need a book from there, all you do is you go up to a computer, you type in the book you need, a huge robot arm shoots underground, grabs the entire bookshelf, pulls it up, the doors open, and you grab the book right off the shelf. It's a crazy system. I mess with it all the time because it's really fun, but it's also just a really great place to go and get some work done. In the fall and in the spring, there's a lot of sunlight coming into the building, so it's a really beautiful space to study. And during the winter, it looks like a reverse snow globe, so it's really cool. It's definitely my #1 study spot on campus.
Hi everyone! Welcome to Donnelly Hall, otherwise known as the BSLC. The BSLC is home to not only our medical school here on campus, the Pritzker School of Medicine, but also the Biological Science Collegiate Division. As a biology major, I spent a ton of time in this building, in between lecture and discussion, but the BSLC also has a ton of research opportunities as well, and also has my favorite frozen yogurt place on campus, the Red Mango on the second floor.
Hey everyone, I'm currently standing outside of Campus North Residential Commons. North is set to be completed in 2016 and was designed by Studio Gang architects. North is going to feature 2 courtyards, 2 classrooms, a state-of-the-art dining commons, ground-level commercial venues, as well as a 15th floor reading room that will feature spectacular views of Lakefront University. North is going to house about 800 students and will contain 8 houses. It's going to feature single, double, and apartment-style accommodations. We're very excited for this new addition to our campus.
Behind me is the William Eckert Research Center for Molecular Engineering. It houses our first ever molecular engineering department for undergraduate students. So the building houses a lot of our great physical science offices, ranging from astronomy and astrophysics to cosmology. It also has our Enrico Fermi Institute and the Institute for Molecular Engineering. So that major is great because our students are able to take a variety of classes in a lot of different subtopics, ranging from sciences, arts, and technology to immunoengineering and cancer. So again, our students are able to take a lot of different classes within the major located in the building again behind me.
Welcome to the RATNER Athletics Center. It was opened in 2003 and designed by the famous architect Cesare Pelli, who is known for designing some of the world's tallest buildings. But the gym itself is named after Gerald Ratner, who is an outfielder on the university's baseball team in our days in the Big Ten Conference. This gym features an Olympic-sized swimming pool, competitive and auxiliary gymnasia, a fitness center, and a multi-purpose dance studio. In this dance studio, the university holds classes that are free for students year-round, including Zumba, cardio kickboxing, yoga, and several others. The lobby of the building also features the first ever Heisman Trophy won by Jay Berwanger. As far as varsity athletics, the university competes at the highest level of D3 athletics in the UAA conference, but our student athletes are students first and foremost.
Hi guys, this is the Joseph Regenstein Library behind me. It is one of the largest libraries in the Western Hemisphere in terms of number of volumes of books. There are over 4.5 million different books in here, over 5 floors of space. Each floor has this huge expansive area where they have all these different book stacks and you can sort of walk through them and get lost within them. It's really cool. Also, each floor that you go up, it gets quieter and quieter, so you can sort of determine your study space accordingly. On the first floor of this building, we have the Tech Bar, which is sort of like UChicago's version of the Genius Bar. If you have any sort of computer-related issues or if you need to rent any computer equipment, you can go there and do it for free. Also on the first floor, we have a cafe that's called Ex Libris. It's a student-run cafe, student staff, student budgeted, and all that. So it's a really cool place to go get some coffee while you're doing your study.
Hi guys, I'm currently standing on the 3rd floor of the Reva and David Logan Center for the Arts, one of our newest buildings on campus. There are a lot of really cool spaces within the Logan Center, including music practice rooms, classrooms, a cafe, gallery spaces, a performance penthouse, and also a performance hall where last year Kanye West, Chance the Rapper, and Vic Mensa actually had a surprise concert. My favorite thing about the Logan Center is that student organizations are always rehearsing and practicing in these spaces. Some of my favorite organizations include University Theater, which is actually one of our largest groups on campus, the Boris and Box, our circus organization, and also off campus, our hilarious improv troupe. I spend a lot of time in this building, and the great thing about it is that you don't need to be an art major or minor to use its spaces and resources.
Hey everyone, I'm currently standing outside RENEE GRANVILLE GROSSMAN Residential Commons, formerly known as South. This is where I got to call home this past year. It houses about 800 students and contains 8 houses, including mine, Crown House, obviously the best house on campus. It offers singles, doubles, and apartment-style accommodations, along with study rooms with beautiful views of campus, practice rooms with pianos, and a convenience store called Midway Market located on the bottom floor. I've had an incredible experience here, and I definitely recommend you consider it when choosing your housing.
Welcome to Rockefeller Memorial Chapel. Rockefeller was opened in 1928 and it's named after John D. Rockefeller, the founder of the university who wanted the tallest building on campus named after him. Inside you can find the Interreligious Center, but on campus we have over 30 different religious organizations, each with their own advisor and religious space. During orientation week, all incoming students come into Rockefeller for the Aims of Education address, where a distinguished faculty member comes in and talks about education here at UChicago.